My name is Forrest Ryan, and I'm with Caudle Banker and the Patrick O'Connor team. And welcome to Forrest Friends, where I sit down with local community members and talk about what makes them great and why they love Columbia. And here today we have
Nick Corley with Corley Compound.
me and Nick have known each other for a few years, and Nick actually owns a compound removal service here in Columbia. And I met Nick through the beginning stages of his career, and he tried to buy my car, and I always remembered that because I was like over my cold dead
That's
body,
right.
and it hasn't given up yet. But here we are, living the dream, best friends, as we would say, and making things happen. And I'm coming here to sit down with Nick today and discuss his impact on the community and the wonderful services that he provides. So, I have known you for a few years now, basically when you started your business, and we were talking at the very beginning of your business why you got into it. And I remember you were at a bouncer at a club for a little bit, right?
Yes, yeah, I was bouncing at clubs before.
Yes.
And then I also worked for DJJ and SCDC as well as School District 5 as well.
And when COVID happened, I know you kind of took a step back and reprioritized your life and, wanted to make a few more decisions. So how did you get into the compound business?
Actually, I was at work one day and I was just thinking, and I was like, man, what else can I do to better provide for my family as well as help the community? And so I told my wife, I said, hey, I like my job, but I'm gonna take a step out on faith and I'm gonna see what I can do. And at the time I had a smaller truck and I had a smaller trailer. So I just started making Facebook posts, seeing if anybody needed any trash taken, small stuff like that. And after about 3 or 4 weeks, my post really started taking off. And since then, God has blessed me and my family, as well as being able to bless the community. And we are to where we're at right now.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see your growth, and everyone loves you that I've talked to. It's just like a thing. And how many people refer you now from back then? It's amazing to see. Like, your name always pops up and it's always consistent, and the work that you do is always consistent. And you make it so easy because you literally can take a picture of the trash that you have at your house, send it to Nick, and then he gives you an estimate and poof, it's gone,
That's it.
And touching a little bit more on your services, would you go into full detail of what services you provide for our community?
Yes, we provide junk haul, debris removal, pressure washing, furniture pickup, delivery, demolition as well too. So say if you have an old shed that you need to have torn down, or house as well too, we can demo those as well too. But our main bread and butter is junk haul, debris removal.
Yeah, and it's really taken off. And the thing is, if you have a house that somebody's been living in and it's maybe a little bit more cluttered than normal, and you don't want to pay someone to come in there and remove anything, Nick can take it away for you. He's able to come in there with his team and, remove all the trash, get it taken away from you, and take that headache off your shoulders. So,
yes, ma'am. We can do, house clean outs. We can do garage clean outs, storage unit clean outs. We also do attic clean outs as well too. And then if need be, we can do crawl space clean outs underneath your house as well.
So everything that you pretty much don't want to get your hands dirty doing, Nick will take care of it. And we kind of talked about the expansion of his business, and Nick started out with himself prior to just himself and his own 2 bare hands, but now it's kind of growing into like not a small enterprise. And we were talking about the expansion, where Nick wants to be in the future and what he wants to focus on. And I just want to expand on that. Right now you have 5 employees, right?
Yes.
And so what is your goal with Nick?
My end goal for Corley Compound, in the future, I would like to have roughly about 10 employees, maybe 4 trucks running. I want to have, 10 solid guys who are great in all aspects, rather than to have, 30 or 40 employees who know how to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I just want, 10 solid people who can do everything.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like every one of the people that I've met through your services, shout out to Ante, we were just talking about you, is so nice and so caring, and it's patient, and that really goes a long way. Like, you're one of the most well-respected people in the community because of the way you service our community, you know, and a lot of people don't realize like how long you have been in Columbia, and like, you know, it's great because you literally it's part of who you are, you know, and we need more people like you to build on the brand and support Columbia and make it into what it is, and really bringing the community together, and that's so
right.
important, you know. And with that, it's like, what part of Columbia has made you stay here and collectively want to be here, and what are you excited about for the future of Columbia?
What part of Columbia? I would say the whole Columbia. I love the people. I love my city. I love my town. More specifically in Columbia, Irmo. That's where I was born and raised. Shout out to Irmo. I love meeting new people. I love the community. I love helping the community. I also started it because, you know, I want to change the community. I want to change how we interact with one another. So, you know, if you want to change, you have to change within yourself. And so I'm just trying to give back as much as I can to my community to help better everybody else.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is you're only as strong as your team. And a lot of our same mindset is, if not me, then who? You know, we really make sure that we want to go out and make sure our people are taken care of and serviced in the correct opportunity. So to make things happen, you have to have a collaborative force. And I really have loved seeing the way that you've taken off and everything. And I was going to ask you, in what parts of Columbia are you excited about growing? Like, you know, seeing, and what more do you want to get into with the community involvement? I know you do a lot with cars and like car shows. It'd be cool to kind of do a car show sooner or later, you know, like
Yep.
sponsor a car show, you know?
Yeah. I would like to do car shows, and also as well as like, you know, maybe some food ideas, maybe like cookouts or fish fries, somewhere along there.
No, that'd be pretty good. And you
Yeah.
know, you stay pretty busy. And so, what is your schedule like day to day without, you know, like daily trash removal? What's your working hours? Would you say?
Working hours, I would say our working hours would be from, I say about 8 to 6.
8 to 6.
8 to 6.
And you know, we're talking about what he removes too, and like cars. He also, if you need to have a car at your house that's been sitting there for 10 years, Nick can take it away from you and make sure it's taken and disposed of. He knows all the places, electronics, all the good stuff.
Electronics, refrigerators, televisions, old couches. If you have household trash that's bagged up, we can also haul that too.
And with your pricing system, how do you normally determine what price?
I usually price by job size, and or location. You know, if it's a really big job, then I'll go by, you know, the job size. If it's, you know, a smaller job, small residential job, say somebody calls, you might need 4 items taken out of your garage, and then I'll charge by the trailer load. So depending on how big it takes up the space on the trailer is the price.
And what areas do you service in Columbia?
All over. We're all over. Anywhere you need us. We're in Columbia. We can travel to Chapin, Lexington, Lugoff, Providence, Gaston, you name it.
Not only residential things, but I have also talked to Nick when he's on a commercial job site cleaning up their debris and out there with a little, what's it called, those little hauler things?
Dump trailers.
Dump trailers, yes. Like literally dumping the trailers off. So he will also come to a commercial site and make sure it's taken care of, you know, with concrete, you know, rebar, leftover siding, all that good stuff. Nick is also able to take care of those mass projects with the team that he has acquired. So, last but not least, what is a job recently that has stuck with you? That's really, you know, impacted you as a whole, because trash is such a big thing, and it does take a lot of effort to get trash too. And you know, older people usually can't even amass like thinking what they're going to be able to do with their stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Let me see, a job that stuck with me. It wasn't really recent, but when in Irmo, when there were building the park over there, we were able to pick up the park benches and deliver it to Irmo Park, so Irmo Park could have their benches there.
Oh, that's awesome. Because,
Yes.
I mean, it's cool because that's your town, you know, and it sticks
Yes.
really closely. And when, you know, when you start getting bigger, and I know community is a big thing to me, I love being able to be that force in the community that people reach out to because they need help, you know?
Yes.
And that makes a big difference. It's like people want to come to you because you help them not only better themselves, but to help solve problems and be that voice of reason, you know?
That's right.
So I just wanted to sit down with Nick today, and you know, he's one of my favorite people in the Columbia area for sure. And I wanted to get y'all in on the Nick's greatness and what he could possibly provide for y'all in the future. He is an excellent resource, and if he doesn't have the person for you, we can definitely find someone
Definitely.
else for it. Our reach is vast and very expansive. So if you have any questions or want to know how to reach out to Nick, how would you reach out to you, Nick?
The best way to reach out to us is Facebook. We're at Corley Compound, LLC.
Let me move your beard. Yeah, there we go.
There we go,
Compound.
Corley Compound, LLC. And if need my cell phone, it is 803-318-8003. And that would be probably the best way to reach us.
And if you want to call Nick at 7 a.m. for some trash pickup, he will be there to answer. Let me tell you, I've done it before.
She's done it a time or two.
Somebody has to talk to me at 7. It's usually Nick. So
That's right.
well, until next time, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you for being here while we talk about Forrest Friends.
That is right. And remember, at Corley Compound, where your mess is our mission, one call, we haul.